back with this Tacoma. I was taking some parts off this last week and just sold that up there, dome light, for 125. So I came back to see if she had any other valuable parts, and looks like we can flip this glove box pretty easily, you know. These are super easy to take off. People are breaking them all the time, so it's something that is selling pretty frequently on eBay, and these are real easy to remove. You're just gonna snap them off. Just these clips here keeping them on. And there's actually another Tacoma in the yard. We're gonna go check out, see if we can get any parts off that one. Fortunately, someone fed us to the dome lit. 125 bucks in someone else's pocket. So this one does have another glove box. I haven't sold these before, but they're selling for good money, so I might as well take two. I'm gonna grab this one as well. So same thing we just did. You just pop this down, and when it's at this angle, you're able to pop it off these clips here. The two of these are both gonna need to be cleaned up a little bit, but like I said, these break all the time. People are always buying them. I shouldn't have an issue flipping these for 150, 200 bucks. We got a 2018 Mitsubishi Mirage here. Came here looking for the front bumper. I wanted to get the grill. It's pretty valuable. It looks like it's in the trunk there. So it's the moment of truth. And you know what? That looks pretty good. Looks like it's selling for at least $200. Flip it over here and see. Looks like all the clips are intact. Awesome. So we just undid all these screws, and we just gotta pop out these tabs, and I should have the grill. So we got the grill removed. In the process, one of these clips broke, but this thing was on there insanely solid. I've taken them off a lot easier before. This thing had 4 screws on it, all those clips, and did not want to come off. So that one clip is not going to affect. It's going to go back on perfectly fine. Unfortunately, I did discover when we took it off, there is this crack right there and right there. I will disclose this to the buyer, and I'll probably put a little bit of JB plastic weld on there just to keep it solid, but still I would say I should get about $200 plus shipping for this. So we're still here with that Mitsubishi Mirage. Just searched up these tail lights. They seem to sell for about $115 plus shipping. I believe they're 20 bucks each here at the yard, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. I just peeled back this inner trunk liner, and this one seems very simple. I'm just gonna unplug her there. Looks like 2 screws there is all that's holding her in. So there's a few small cracks in the grill, nothing serious at all, this being the biggest of all of them. And I've just gone ahead and added some JB Weld plastic bonder. Stuff dries in only 15 minutes, so a 2010 Cadillac CTS 4. Took a front end hit. Don't see these in the yard very often. Different color as well. Big seller in this is this trim piece here with all your buttons. I'm gonna see if I can take it out. So just use the screwdriver to pry this part off. And this on each side is all that's keeping this on. So we're back looking at this piece here. Didn't have a 7mm socket with me yesterday to take this bolt. Ran to the store, grabbed this. Junkyard was closed, so it's now the next day. We're gonna cut this open and take that out. Back with a flathead, coming up here to this piece of trim. I'm gonna repeat the process on this side here. Alright, so we just wiggled this thing loose. And now this whole thing here should be ready to go. So we just have this 2 wires here. Maybe I'll just cut them, but I am gonna see how far back they go, see if... So we've got it removed. I used the cutters, cut those wires. This is a pretty valuable piece. I don't know how much it's gonna cost me yet in the yard. I will let you know. However, I do expect to sell this for between $200 and $300. It's in pretty good condition. Only thing is we did have this sticker on here. And no residue left behind, so leave that here. And wow, that's a pretty heavy part. It's definitely going to cost me $40 or $50 to send that out, but it's worth it for sure. All right, so next up we got a 2007 Pontiac Grand Prix. It's in pretty good condition. It looks to be just that hit on the other side that got sent here. Looking up what parts are valuable, this climate control system here is about $100–150. It's not in the best shape. You know, these buttons are worn down and they're not the easiest thing to pull out. Usually there's some wires that go right down underneath the dash. So I'm not going to bother with that right now. However, I always do well with center console lids. This one seems like it's easy to take off. I think they're only $10 here at the yard, and this one should sell for about $60 plus shipping. Great condition. All we need is a T15 Torx bit or an Allen key, and just gotta remove those 3 right there. Nothing to it. I'm just gonna do the other 2, and it should come right off. All right, so that's removed. I think it should just come right off. There we go. Next up, we got a 2009 Suzuki XL7. Can't say I've ever seen one of these here. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of valuable parts on this. These headlights go for decent money, but they are huge. It cost me a ton to ship those. This third brake light is nice and small, cheap at the yard. Should be able to sell it for $100 plus shipping. Find out what size these screws are now. So it's actually the same thing I was just using, which is a T15. So it just pops right out once you remove those 2 screws. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut the wire past the connector.